I've been shooting long enough to spot nonsense a mile away, and this past year, I've watched more breakthrough pistols fall apart than I've seen in the last decade. Guns that looked good online, talked big in ads, and then choked the moment dust, heat, or real life showed up. So today isn't about hype. It's about trends, flashy cuts, or whatever the young crowd is waving around for clicks. This list is about the handguns that actually proved themselves in 2025. The ones that held up in glove boxes, range bags, bad weather, and long weeks when maintenance gets forgotten. And here's the part I didn't expect. A few of these guns outperformed models I trusted for years. One of them even ended a debate I've had with friends since 2018. Stick around for number 3. If you've been shooting a while, that one's gonna hit right home. You want a gun that doesn't just shoot straight, it shoots like it's wired right into your spine. That's what the Beretta 92X Performance actually delivers. And it's not just gun reviewers saying that, it's trusted by top-level competitors, elite instructors, and old-school range masters who've trained thousands. Guys like Ernest Langdon, one of the most respected Beretta experts alive today, have been praising Beretta's steel frame dominance long before tactical pistols became Instagram props. Here's what makes the 92X Performance different. It's built off the proven M992 DNA, but every inch of it has been juiced up for pure speed and control. You get that heavy Vertex steel frame with a Brigadier slide, match trigger, and one of the flattest recoil impulses you'll ever experience from a full-size 9mm. This thing doesn't flip, it returns. Fast, clean, and surgical. No plastic shortcuts, no gimmicks. Just Italian steel tuned for war and competition. Instructors still recommend this in 2025, not just because it's accurate, but because it teaches you how to shoot straight. If you can handle this, you can handle anything. And if you think we're done, you're wrong. Bonus number 1 is up very soon, and it's the underrated tactical beast no one's talking about, except the guys who actually know what works. There's guns you shoot, and then there are guns you graduate to. The Wilson Combat EDC X9 doesn't ask for your attention, it demands your respect. And most folks aren't ready for that conversation. This isn't some off-the-shelf striker plastic. This is forged aluminum, hand-fit slide-to-frame, 1911 level trigger wrapped in double-stacked 9mm brilliance, and it shows. You don't buy the EDC X9 to impress your buddies at the range. You buy it because you've hit that point where good isn't enough. You've run the Glocks, you've outgrown the SIGs, and now you want that one pistol that's smoother than your best pickup line and more precise than your local surgeon. And yep, Bill Wilson didn't build this thing for keyboard commandos. It's for men who've seen what failure looks like and won't tolerate it anymore. Elite shooters swear by it, instructors carry it, and everyone else, they just dream about it. But don't get too comfortable, because what comes next might be even more controversial than this $1,000 flex. Some folks worship it, others say it's overrated, and yep, you probably already own it. You ever notice how everybody becomes a prophet when they get their hands on a Glock 19? First-timers, retired comps, weekend warriors. They all act like it's the last pistol you'll ever need. And maybe they're not wrong. The Gen 5 didn't come to impress, it came to stay. No crazy marketing gimmicks, no sci-fi designs. Just that same stubborn Austrian brick, now with a cleaner trigger, flared magwell, and the kind of reliability that makes your other guns jealous. But the Glock 19 Gen 5 isn't exciting, and it's not supposed to be. It's that worn-torn pickup truck that still starts on the coldest morning, hauls your gear, and doesn't care if you scratch it. It's the gun people don't flex about, but the one they always end up carrying when it matters. That's why the legends, the real instructors, the quiet professionals, They still pack this thing like it's a part of their damn spine. And just when you think this Glock's too old school for 2025, wait till you see what nearly dethrones it in the next slot, because the next one ain't cheap and it ain't for the faint-hearted as well. You ever get behind a pistol so good it almost feels unfair? The CZ Shadow 2 isn't some mass-market polymer toy. This thing was built for dominance in IDPA, IPSC, and real-world tactical competition, and shooters like Eric Grofel, yes, the 7-time IPSC world champ, have run circles around the rest of the field with a shadow in his hand. And when the best of the world puts his trust in a Czech-built steel frame, maybe you should too. The whole platform feels like it's running on rails, low bore axis, all metal frame, buttery single action trigger. You point, you shoot, and it just stays flat. No muzzle flip, no drama. If you're coming from striker-fired plastic pistols, it's like you upgraded to a precision rifle in a pistol's body. Now, yes, it's heavy, and no, this ain't your daily concealed carry option, but that's not what it's for. This thing was built for hitting tight groups under pressure, whether in competition or self-defense, with red dots and steel targets screaming in your ears. Ask any serious range shooter or competition pro. The CZ Shadow 2 is the gun they bring when they're not screwing around. Here's what nobody tells you. A whole damn group of professionals used to trust Glock blindly until this one showed up. The M&P9 2.0 compact in metal doesn't just compete, this thing converted people. The first thing you notice? That slide. It's got this clean, no BS industrial cut and a finish that feels like it's begging to be used hard. But it's not just about its looks. What sold experienced shooters, guys who actually run thousands of rounds, not weekend mag dumpers, is the flat face trigger and the superior grip angle. You get more control in rapid fire, and the follow-up shots come back faster than you would think from something this size. Plenty of instructors, ex-Leo trainers, even dudes like Ken Hackathorn have praised the M&P line's evolution. And this one, this feels like it was made to push Glock out of the damn picture. It's got metal slide and a metal frame version now, so if polymer's not your thing anymore, you're not left out. And here's the kicker. Some shooters are saying that the recoil impulse on this actually feels lighter than a Glock 19 Gen 5. That's not a small claim, but trust me, this ain't a small gun in the hands of someone who knows what they're doing. And we're not even in the top 3 yet. Most pistols that claim elite performance either shoot great or run dirty, never both. That's the nightmare law enforcement faced for years. You'd get a sidearm that could group tight, but it'd jam under pressure, or a pistol that runs like a tank but couldn't hit anything past 20 yards. Then came the Staccato P. This isn't some competition diva. It's a duty-grade 2011 pistol trusted by LAPD SWAT, Texas Rangers, and U.S. Marshals Special Ops. These guys don't buy in hype. They bet their lives on whatever works. And what works is a gun that offers real-world precision, ultra-low recoil, and absolute reliability all in one platform. It's built like a tank, but shoots like a scalpel. That full-length steel frame, match-grade barrel, and buttery smooth trigger give you complete control even when the clock's running out. Mud, rain, or blood on your hands, this gun doesn't flinch. It doesn't jam, and nor does it miss. Doesn't care if it's day 1 or even round number 5,000. This is the one experts carry when failure isn't an option, and they've seen plenty of guns fail. Now here's a pistol that didn't just impress keyboard commandos, it earned its stripes in the real world. The SIG P226 isn't just respected, it was trusted by the Navy SEALs for years. And the Legion version? That's SIG's no-nonsense, top-tier performance build for the serious crowd. It's not made for weekend hobbyists, it's made for shooters who demand elite control, all metal durability and never miss a detail. The P226 Legion doesn't play around with polymer shortcuts. It's full stainless steel, loaded with X-ray sights, aggressive checkering, and the Gray Guns Enhanced trigger that feels like it's custom tuned by a surgeon. There's a reason guys in forums still say, if I could only keep one DASA pistol, it'd be the Legion. Is it expensive? Hell yes. But experts still recommend it because it feels like it's carved out of confidence. It points true, it shoots flatter than expected, and if you ever have to reach for one gun in the middle of a dark alleyway with nothing but your instincts, the P226 Legion is the one you'd want in your hand. You don't need a YouTuber to convince you. Ask anyone who's actually served. Ask instructors. Ask people who run 10,000 rounds through steel frame and never look back. The Legion makes that list every single time. You ever meet one of those old school range instructors who's seen every pistol fail at least once? The kind of guy who sweats CLP and has trigger time longer than most of us have ever been alive? Ask him what he trusts when he's drilling 50 students through malfunction clearing, stress reloads, or awkward stances. He'll quietly reach out for the XTM Elite. This thing ain't just built to impress the tactical YouTubers, it was built to take abuse. Match grade barrel, meta trigger, oversized magwell, ambi everything. But none of that fluff matters until it runs dirty, sweaty, and jam-free with rookies jerking the trigger like they're in a panic room. It may not have the Glock name or a SIG logo stamped on it, but you'll find it in more holsters than you'd expect, especially on the belts of guys who train others to survive. They don't get paid to look cool, they get paid to stay alive, and they keep picking the XTM Elite. That's gotta count for something, right? And if you're still unsure, just wait till you see what pros say about our next one. This is the pistol that made even 1911 lovers question their loyalty. This ain't the gun they recommend because it's fancy. It's the one they recommend when you can't afford to fail. Most experts don't waste time debating it anymore. You walk into a real training course, not the YouTube type, the ones run by dudes who would have been shot at for a living, and what's on their hip? The Glock 17 every damn time. Ask any instructor from the Midwest to the Middle East. Comps, contractors, range masters, they all say the same thing. If you need one gun to train, teach, or trust your life with, it's this one. Gen 5 didn't reinvent the wheel, it just made sure it never wobbled. The smoother trigger, better barrel, no finger grooves, all tweaks the pros asked for, and Glock listened. They're not fans of Glock because it's cool, they're fans because they've seen what happens when guns jam under pressure, and this one doesn't. The new guys want shiny, the seasoned ones, they still hand you a Glock 17 and say, learn this first. You ever hold a gun and feel like it was never meant for your hands? That's the FN 509 Tactical. This wasn't made for weekend shooters. This was built for war, born from the same program that birthed SOCOM sidearms, and it shows. The FN 509 Tactical was designed to win the U.S. Army's modular handgun system trials, the same brutal gauntlet that 6 M17 barely walked away from. FN didn't win the contract, but what they walked away with was a pistol too good to shelve. So they unleashed it to the public with zero compromises. Threaded barrel? Check. Suppressor height night sights? Check. Optics ready slide with the most modular red dot mounting system on any pistol today? Double check. And don't get it twisted, this ain't just a gimmick gun. The grip texture bites in, the recoil impulse is flatter than a steel plate, and the 24-round extended mag, it turns this into a fistful of battlefield superiority. If there was ever a pistol that screamed, I didn't come here to play, it's definitely this. The military didn't pick it, but the guys who know better did. You don't just find the Walther PDP in gun safes, You find it in cop holsters across Europe and the US, because when departments make a switch from Glock or SIG, this is what they're switching to. Why, you ask? Because the PDP isn't just another polymer pistol, it's dead accurate, insanely controllable, and built for real-world takedowns. Agencies like the Florida Highway Patrol and Polish National Police didn't just test the PDP, they chose it. These are men who clear buildings for a living and not pose on Instagram. And the fact they walked away from decades of Glock loyalty to carry the PDP on duty tells you everything you should know. You've got that performance duty trigger, superior slide serrations, and a frame that feels like it's magnetized to your grip. It runs flat, it returns to zero without a fight, it makes average shooters feel elite, and elite shooters feel damn near invincible. Even Kevin Hackathorn, one of the most respected firearms instructors alive today, called it one of the finest striker-fired pistols he's ever used. When someone like Hackathorn talks, real shooters shut up and listen. But the next one? That one doesn't just shoot straight, it comes ready for war. You can laugh at the price tag all you want, but don't laugh at the results. The Canik TP9 SFX was never built for the Gucci crowd, it was built to compete, and compete it most certainly did. This gun has stomped its way through USPSA production and IDPA events, outshooting pistols that cost 3 times as much. It's the sleeper pick of pro shooters who know what matters: trigger, reset, barrel, and balance. Don't take our word for it though. John Vout, a 3-gun competitor and instructor, ran this exact pistol for thousands of rounds and called it one of the best striker-fired platforms under $1,000. And it wasn't just him, mind you. Graham Hoffman, a former Ellie instructor turned competitor, said it flat out: "I take this over my old tricked-out M&P 9 every day." With an insane factory trigger, match-grade barrel, lightning-fast reset, and optics-ready slide right out of the box, it's not just range-ready, it's podium-ready. Experts in the budget performance space keep bringing it up for one reason: you can't beat it for the price, period. But what if I told you the next pistol didn't care about winning matches because it was built to win wars? The HK VP9 doesn't scream for attention, but the professionals know what it is. This pistol comes straight from Heckler & Koch, the same company that built the MP5, USP, and the Mark 23 SOCOM pistol. If you think military and law enforcement units only run Glocks and SIGs, think again. Germany's GSG-9, multiple European counter-terror units, and countless police agencies across the EU trust HK, and the BP-9 continues that combat legacy in the civilian world. It was Todd Green, one of the most respected names in the firearms training industry, who pushed the VP-9 through a 50,000-round test. No major failures, no drama. That test earned the VP9 a permanent seat at the expert table. Trainers at Landon Tactical have also praised its ergonomics, and folks at Modern Samurai Project have used it as a baseline gun for red dot training. Its factory trigger, grip customization, and reliability under pressure make it a sleeper pick among pros. No flash, no gimmicks. Just a precision-built machine trusted by people who actually shoot for a living. That's why the VP9 still gets recommended in 2025. You actually thought we'd close out without this? The CZP-10C has been in the shadow of Glock for years, but real shooters, guys who clock in at the range every damn week, they know this thing punches well above its weight. It's the kind of pistol that doesn't talk big, just shows up, shoots straight, and eats everything you feed it. CZ didn't just copy Glock's polymer frame game, they refined it. Better ergonomics, a cleaner break on the trigger, and the grip angle, that's pure comfort with zero compromise. Law enforcement agencies in Europe pick this up for a reason. It's dead reliable, fast back on target, and built like a tank. And unlike some overpriced imports, the P10C doesn't nickel and dime you for basic features. You get front serrations, striker fire simplicity, and it'll run dirty, wet, or drag through gravel. Some experts still call this the most overlooked duty pistol on the planet, and those same guys, they've quietly replaced their G19s with this one. This thing caught me off guard. At first glance, the Eric's Delta Gen 2 Tactical looks like one of those budget polymer jobs trying to ride the Glock wave, but once you shoot it, you realize this ain't a gimmick. It's damn near a sleeper hit in the tactical world. A lot of guys in the special training circuit, especially in parts of Europe, have quietly been running this as a backup to more expensive full-size platforms. The controls are ambidextrous, the trigger's way better than you'd expect it to be, optics ready slide, suppressor height sights, and the grip, it fits like someone actually thought about shooters with real hands. The reliability checks out even when you feed it garbage steel ammo or throw it into the dirt. And somehow, it still manages to cost less than half of what some of these elite tier pistols charge for just a name. You'll never see it on the shelf next to a staccato or a Shadow systems, but make no mistake, guys who train hard and don't care about brand fluff, they've already got one. And just wait till you hear what gun made it to bonus number 2. It's a CZ, but not one you're thinking of. Putting this list together reminded me why shooters our age see things differently. We don't chase trends, we chase what works. We've owned guns long enough to watch some legends crumble and some underdogs rise from nowhere and run for decades without complaint. Every pistol on this list earned its place, not because of marketing, but because it handled the kind of real-world use most reviewers never put their guns through. Heat, dust, bad ammo, rust draws, sloppy reloads, the stuff that separates hype from hardware. And now I want to hear from the folks who've lived it. Which handgun proved itself to you this year or over the last 20? Which one survived your work days, your range days, and your life changes and still cycles like it once more? Drop it in the comments, whatever it is. Your stories shape these videos more than you know. Thanks a lot for sticking around. Stay sharp, stay safe. I'm Steve, and I'll see you in the next one.